Okay, hello everybody. This is my last project that I actually had to do for this class. Now, it was both it had its difficulties, but it wasn't as bad as it wasn't it wasn't as bad, but it was both difficult at the same time. Now, for this assignment, I had to create my very first text-based game in which you could make it whatever. He didn't specifically say what type of game it had to be. All it all he the professor wanted me to do was to create 15 rooms, create a game loop in which you can continue going and going, an array, being able to go wherever direction you want, going back and forth, a way to exit, and of course a class file. Now I do have a class file, we'll say, but I didn't really use it as much, so sorry. I know that might get my points deducted, but I just want, I don't know, I'm just being truthful, that's all. Now, I had to just create 15 rooms. Now, I might have overdone it in the sense that I did a lot more than expected and made this game more difficult than it had to be. As you can see from all these lines, these are all functions. The main program technically stops. Where does it stop? It stops right here, line 133. Everything else, all 5,000 other lines, are function based. Now, of course, that wasn't necessary, but I don't know. I just decided to do a bunch of functions and stuff like that. So basically, this game of mine is basically this program basically runs it as an adventurer. You're an adventurer. You basically go to different directions. You're able to fight mobs. You're able to, in a way, interact with your environment. You can type in stuff and certain responses come out. Basically, this program runs as a text-based game. Like, you type in something, you get a response. You may type it again, and a different response occurs because it's not supposed to show the same response. So, um, that's basically it. The objective of this game is to gather keys, or I call magical orbs right there, to defeat the main boss of the game, which I think I made it really difficult, but there's still a way because I was able to do it. If I can do it, you can do it too. So um, this is basically it. I also had to create a way out of the game, which is right there. So that's basically the majority of the game. Well, let me tell you what I used. I used a bunch of while loops. I used arrays for each loops, a bunch of console.write lines, functions. What else did I use? I used pretty much everything I've learned over this semester, which was a lot. So that's basically it. And yeah, it was an amazing experience, but difficult at the same time. Made it much more difficult. How many lines did I use? I used, I think, 5,000 to 6,000 lines of code, which was too much. But anyway, let's keep going. Let me just show you. Hold on, what was I about to say? Let me just show you that it runs. It's a bit slow because a lot of stuff are happening, but let me just show you that it runs. As you can see, it runs. I'll play for a little bit to show you what I mean. So I have a bunch of dialogue if you were to read. Now this is where you get your inputs, so you can type in something, you get a response, you just keep typing. And of course I put my instructions over here, so that way you know exactly what to do. So you keep typing. So basically I said, whenever you see a colon, that basically tells you that it's time for you to put your response. Now as you choose your class, so colons, and then I also said that anything behind the colons, all you need to type. So you don't have to type knight or archer or mage or rogue or assassin, you just have to type 2 or 1. I'm going to choose 5, and then you just keep going. So of course I added a bit of dialogue. Now this is where the game begins. So you can go up, down, left, right. You can't go outside yet. So I'll just show you how this game works a bit. So all you have to do is kind of just type in whatever's behind the colon, and you can look for stuff. So profile, that's your profile stats. B, that's what's inside your backpack currently. And oh, if you press O, I gave you 2 objectives that you have to do. So you first have to find 3 potions and then talk to your sister. So if you go here, this is where you talk to your sister. If you do it again, you will see it again. So, shoot, I don't remember. So, as you can see, it does run perfectly fine. Going downstairs. So go here, B2. Looks comfy, 3 potions now. Okay, now what do I do? I think I go west. Okay, here we go. Now this is the most important part. So I gave you like a small, that was basically in a way a tutorial to get you used to what you have to do, get used to typing your stuff. So I added a little bit more dialogue, and now this is where the actual game begins. You are going to encounter a bunch of different things. So if you type in north, this is where your battle begins. So you have the stats, and then you have the enemy, and you have options you can do. And of course I had to write a bit of battle dialogue of what is happening. So here, these are basically all, shoot, oh man. So as you can see, it was wild looped, which means you keep going until a response is given. Oh, and I got 2 gold. And yeah, so you can interact with your environment. Exit. Let's leave for now. And and the best part is that if you were to go back in, you'll reverse the same thing over and over and over again. Now, there we go. Okay. So now you go into Warden, Desk, just to show you that it does work. So if you want to go west, back west, it goes here, goes west, here, and now these are all the different rooms. And now you're back to the Warden's office. So then you press leave. Now let's say you're playing this game. Now I will warn you that this game, it will continue. If you were to exit, the game does not save. So you have to restart all over again, which is fine. So, so if you, so I basically blocked it off saying that you need a key, just so you cannot access this portion of the game yet. So you need a key. Okay, now let's say you're done, you're like, okay, that's great, I want to leave. Now as you can see, it says exit dungeon. The cool thing about this is that you will get different responses based on the items that you have, but for now, if you want to leave, press exit, and I say thank you for playing the game, I hope to see you soon, and it's done. That's it. Now, to give you a little preview about what I meant, if you type in that, shoot, wait, no, I didn't want to do that. No, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this again. So, you know what? I'm not going to give you a preview. So, that's basically it. It was a long game. It was long, but it was fun at the same time to do. So that's pretty much it. And I hope you guys were able to understand what I was saying. So basically, in summary, bunch of while loops, for loops, bunch of console.write lines. I have 6,000 lines of code. I had a bunch of functions, and the main program I only had less than 200 lines in the main program, which I think is good. I think. I'm not, like I said, I'm not programming expert, so this is technically my first game that I made. So there you go. All right. Well, this was the final project, and I had a great time.